Hey, it's Glenn with the Ultimate Freedom. This is not the video I had intended to make this week, but my water heater had other plans. So what happened was my water heater started flaming out on propane. It would light and then go out. I have a pretty good idea what's going on with it. But what I'm going to do is take this opportunity to show you how to fix and diagnose and repair your RV using AI. And it's pretty amazing what you can do with AI. So the reason I'm doing this now is because then I was using electric to heat the water. And then my electric element started giving me that burnt wire smell. Okay, so stop right there. When you smell something hot or something wonky in an RV, stop, find it, fix it. That's what we're gonna do today. And I'm gonna teach you how. Let's get started. Step one, to using AI to repair your RV, and in this case, the water heater. That is the information tag right there. This is an Atwood. Atwood was purchased by Dometic in 2016, which means it's now a Dometic for all your parts. So what I'm going to do is take a picture. I'm showing you on video, but I'm going to stop and take a picture of that serial number, the model number, and this entire informational tag. And then I'm going to upload that to AI and ask it, I'm going to tell it what's going on, what the symptoms are, and ask it to diagnose and tell me what to do. I'm doing this video on the fly. I'm not all set up. I don't have my microphone. I don't have my tripods and all that stuff. I'm just doing this raw. Here's what I'm going to upload to AI. I'm going to say the following. Here's a picture of my RV water heater from my 2006 Cruiser by Crossroads fifth wheel. Please tell me how to repair it. The symptoms are the propane turns on, the flame comes on, and instantly flames out. And then I used it on electric and started smelling something that smelled like burnt wire, so I stopped using it. Tell me what to do. That's exactly what I'm going to upload to AI, and then I'm going to share the answer with you. So, as you can see, I'm using Grok. Here's what I'm uploading. There's the picture in the upper left of the information tag from the water heater. And I'm uploading, this is the information tag on my water heater in my Cruiser Crossroads 2006 fifth wheel RV. The water heater flames out on propane. It lights and goes out quickly. On electric, I'm getting a burnt wire smell inside the RV. Diagnose, probable cause, give me troubleshooting and repair instructions. That's what I'm inputting. Okay, this is pretty cool. It's actually still thinking, and I'm using Grok. And one of the places it's looking is one of my favorite RV channels, My RV Works. He is fantastic. My RV Works and AZ Expert are my two favorite tech channels. And it's looking at a lot of other sources too. Let's let it keep cranking along and I'll show you the output. It's going to be long, but I have a fix for that. Now, as I suspected, it gave me a very long answer. And it reads like the school I went to become a level 2 certified RV repair tech. All of this is really good, and if you read it, you will learn and learn and learn, and you'll learn a lot. Now I'm going to ask Grok, pick the most likely simple solution for propane and the most likely simple solution for electric. So here's the propane mode repair. It says, flames out quickly. It's a dirty or misaligned thermocouple. Now, I had suspected that, and what I suspected came true. I'll show you that outside. And here is the fix. I ordered a new one. This part was under $10 on Amazon. I ordered the part, and I'm going to show you how I installed it and what went on after that. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm changing out this part, which is the most affordable option. This is the igniter. And it senses when there's a flame and tells this computer board right here, it connects by a wire to that computer board, and it says, yes, there's a flame, keep the propane solenoids open and let the gas flow. Okay, so this thing stopped sending a signal and they wear out, so I'm going to replace it. But in replacing it, that little hole right there goes into that little hole right there. That hole stripped out. Okay, so the way I'm fixing that is, this is the new one, and I used a self-tapper, and I put the self-tapper through that hole, and it's a little bit bigger. Then I backed it out and put it through this one. Now it will hold in place. So I can go to the next step, which is install it and give it a try. So in replacing this part, this was the original screw that went here. But that little screw, this hole stripped out. So I went to a larger self-tapper, and now it's holding and it's nice and solid. And this guy's in position. And now I plug him into here. There we go. Okay, come on, focus, focus, focus. Focus, focus, there we go. And now I can go turn on the propane and give this guy a shot. Darling love of my life, turn it on again. We're lit. And we are staying lit. So that guy's in the fire and he's sending the signal to the board. Yes, there's a fire here. And it does that with impedance. That little device will have a different electrical resistance when it's hot versus when there's no fire on it. And that's how this guy knows. Keep these solenoids open because there is fire. If he fails or if I unplug this, that fire will go out. So I've now repaired with AI my water heater on the propane side. This is an air adjustment right here, and you loosen this guy and you can slide this guy. So I adjusted him, gave it more air, and I've got more of a blue flame and less yellow. Remember how yellow it was? Go back and look if you want. Now I've got it where I want. More yellow, or I mean blue, less yellow. And that's what I want to see right there. It's consistent, it's steady, it's not flickering. Not all of them have this now, but this older one does, and it's kind of cool. Like if I'm in the mountains, I can open this further, and if I'm down at sea level, I can close it off because oxygen is more or less depending on altitude. So there you go. Now for the electric. Now on the electric side, here's our one paragraph. The most likely simple solution for the burnt wire smell in electric mode is a loose or corroded connection in the heating element or thermostat terminals, a common issue in older RV water heaters like your 2006 model. This can cause arcing and overheating, producing the smell. Begin by turning off electric breaker, draining the tank for safety, remove the junction box cover, inspect the wires. And then basically it just says, clean the wires, tighten the wires, and if it works, you have fixed the problem. And okay, this next piece is pretty straightforward. Right down here, I've got to move that. I put that on with a strap, and there's a buckle. I can take it off. So that's got to be moved. Everything here has got to be moved so I can get into that panel. And then once I get into the panel, I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, got everything moved out, swept up. You know, it gets behind places that are stationary with stuff like that. So the previous owner did something pretty cool here. He put Velcro. These are normally screwed in. There's the old holes. So he put Velcro on it. Kind of cool, easy access. And there's the unit. And that is what Grok told me to get in and check all the connections and where my nasty hot wire smell is coming from. So in there we go. You gonna help out, Bobcat? Oh yeah. Thank you, Bobcat. Okay, pro tip, little bonus right here. This is your hot water leaving the 10-gallon water heater. Nice to have a 10, most of them are 6. And it definitely makes a nicer shower. So when you're gonna winterize this, you don't fill this with winterizing because that would cost a fortune. So this is your supply that comes in and it comes out hot. So what you do is you shut off this valve over here and you open this valve here. And then the supply goes in a circle. And then you drain this guy, and then this fills up with antifreeze. Okay, so there's your bonus tip for the day, pro tip. Now, I'm gonna take this guy apart and see what's messed up inside, what wires are giving me that burnt smell. Okay, now I found the burnt part, but I also wanted to show you, this is a very affordable tool that just tells you if there's electricity in a wire. Now I already flipped a breaker, but it was labeled wrong. So before I go playing with this thing, I'm gonna go find the right breaker, and I already see what's burnt. You can't see it in the dark. I'll show it to you as soon as I get this breaker thrown and then pull it out. I think I found the right breaker. Nope, we're still hot. All right, take 3. And we're dead. All right, I finally found it. Safety first, so I'm glad I checked. I threw the breaker that said water heater, and this thing stayed hot. So always check. Now I'm good. Okay, now I have a theory about what happened here. We have a wire nut here that has been melted. This entire wire nut is gone, and look at the burnt wires. See how they're burnt? So this is what we're looking at, because that's a water heater and this gets hot and it melted the wire nuts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean these up and reconnect them and splice new wires. This is solid copper, by the way. This is like your household electric. And then I'm going to, after I wire nut it, I'm going to insulate it. I'm going to insulate it so that it's insulated against the heat, because I think that's what happened. So I want to show you this better with a flashlight. Now, as far as I can tell, all this is original and has been running since 2006 when this rig was put together. And so if you smell something, anything in an RV, do not ever continue to use it. Fire in an RV is a really dangerous thing. So we're gonna get it taken care of. I just wanted you to see it clearly. You know, that friend that's always willing to jump in and help. Literally, jump in. Bobcat, thank you. I need to use those. So a glimpse into the inner world of an RV tech. That box is all electrical, everything electrical. Tons of parts and parts and parts. And then that is my tool tote, which weighs a lot. It's got way more tools than you would need, but it's got everything I needed to be an everyday, all day RV repair tech. And now we're gonna get these wires put back together, but I have another plan. This box was connected here on the back of that hot tank. I don't have to do that. They had to do that so that this would arrive as a unit and they could be installed and then you walk away. I'm gonna mount this box onto the deck and not on the back of that hot tank, because nothing else is stored in here, and then I'll screw that box down to the ground. I'll show you that when I'm done. Okay, another pro tip. In your toolbox, you don't need a giant tote that weighs 60 pounds. But in your toolbox, that is your RV toolbox, have a little container, and it can be smaller than this, but it's just full of screws and various hardware. So right now I want to screw that thing down and just hold it there. I have everything I need. I don't have to go searching for it. Okay, everything is nice and neat and put away. And that is screwed down. So now it's not going to be on the back of there getting hot. Now what this is, that is your electric heating element. This item here screws out. You got 2 wires on it, and it just backs out, and then you replace your heating element when the heating element stops working. And that's the most typical way that the electric fails. Now I'm going to go turn on electric, make sure I've got power, and then I'm going to turn it on and see if the electric starts making hot water and no smell or smoke right here. Okay, so there's power there. I have not turned it on yet. So up here, I put this tape so that my wife and I would not try to use the electric. So here goes the electric. Any smoke? I think we're good to go. So now I'm going to let it heat up, make sure I get hot water, and I can put everything away. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes and I have hot water with electric only. So I'm on the electric and I have hot water. Now propane and electric works. I have fixed my water heater, probably a $200 to $500 job depending on who you took it to and how honest they were. And I did it for 10 bucks using AI. Now, final pro tip of the day. You see how I taped that wire nut? I tape my wire nuts so that when I'm going down the road and that thing is bouncing around, boing, 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 it doesn't back off. It doesn't come loose. It's taped. Well, thank you for coming along with me on this AI adventure. I hope you learned something. I learned something. I learned I am never going to fix an RV again without AI. Why would I? I gave it the year, make, and model number of my RV, and the year and the information plate on the appliance said, tell me what it could possibly be. It wrote a book of all the things it could possibly be. I said, narrow it down to the most likely. It read 1,000 forums and posts that I could never get to in a couple of seconds and said, it's probably this. It was exactly right on the propane side. It's probably that. And it was exactly right on the electrical side. Why would I ever do this without AI? I'm never going to. Now, you can do this. Be brave and do it. Do it just like I did it on whatever appliance, your furnace, your water heater, air conditioner, and all you've got to lose is if it's already not working, it'll just keep not working. Now, you have an advantage in that my channel that you're watching right now is in its infancy. As you can tell, I'm getting better at this and making interesting videos, but I'm a baby channel. I've got 350 and growing subscribers. I answer every single question. So if you have a question on a repair, I'll answer it. Leave a comment, ask me a question, I will answer it. I get notified every time I get a question. I'm small enough that I can still do that. And while I can, I will. So be brave, get out there and do it. Give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button because that's why I'm doing this. I need subscribers and I got to get to 1,000. That's my goal. Thank you for helping me get there. Also share this with your friends. I appreciate you doing that. And I will see you in the next video.